All right, what is going on, guys? It is time for another episode of the Chasing Waypoints podcast. And well, I'm definitely gonna have to come up with something. You already know who we're talking to. You read the title. You know who we got on the line. And VIP, I must say, because we've literally got him on the line. He's literally listening to us right now. He's critiquing my intro. We go back and forth. We do different intros, come up with different ideas. He really just sends them to me. It'll be 4 a.m, and next thing I know, I got a voicemail. So, on today's episode, we have none other than Gnarly Dave checking in.
What is going on, Adventure Taco?
Nada. It's a Friday night, man. We're coming up on Christmas.
Isn't it Thursday?
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is.
Come on, bro. Hey, how much eggnog have you had? Come on, bro.
We're not discussing that right now.
Hey, you know what eggnog is, actually?
Just the idea that it has egg in the...
You know what? It's a family show. I really can't tell you. I'll tell you off the air.
All right, yeah, we'll go off the air on that one.
Yeah.
Side note.
Exactly.
Dude, what is happening?
Busy day, man. I worked late last night. I got a call from Johnny. He's like, "Hey, bro, I need you to pick up some rally parts for Dakar and drop them off." I'm like, "Whatever you need, man." So like, grabbed that on the way to work yesterday. Closed, bed by 1 a.m. and then got up early, went to the gym, and headed down to the HQ. Dropped off those parts and got stuck in traffic coming home, and then had to prep a bike today for a buddy. Got that finished, and we've been talking about doing this interview. So,
yes,
about Baja Rally, the great disaster, and other things.
Dude, that is like, yeah. When that was already 2 months ago. That's crazy.
October, right?
Yeah. I don't know. This adulting thing is, nope.
Yeah, I don't know where the year's gone. Like all the Baja tours I do and stuff, and just everything else, and stuff with Desert Assassins and Monster and Cameron, and yeah, it's been a crazy year.
Yeah. Well, we're finally wrapping it up, but getting ready for the start, right? Dakar, sending everything off, and
yeah,
I've seen you've had a few special guests in the back of the truck bed.
Yeah. So I was off last week. Do they blend? I was off Thursday, I think. And then I went to Laughlin to go register the death trailer, is what I'm calling it now. And you'll hear about that in a little while.
Coming soon.
Yeah, so I went up there, registered the trailer, literally like less than 20 minutes in and out, title, plate, Arizona, done. And then I stayed in Laughlin, gambled, drunk myself sober, and then headed home. And then I was on my way home. I was off like Thursday, Friday or something. And then work calls and they're like, "Hey, can you come in today, bro?" I'm like, "Man, yeah, I don't think I'm buzzed. I could probably still come in, but I'll be there as soon as I can." And they're like, "All right." And on the way to work, Johnny is like, "Bro, I need a favor." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your Huckleberry, whatever you need." He goes, "All right, I need you to pick up a rally bike and drop it off at the river." I'm like, "Bro, I just came back from the river." And he's like, "Please?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So yeah, I closed that night, bed by 1, up at like 4:30, jumped in the truck, headed down the HQ, picked up a pretty sick HRC rally bike, and then dropped that off to actually Ricky. So hung out with him for a minute and then jammed home. So yeah, it was a long day. It was like 600 miles or something driving.
Yeah, that definitely the the marathon stage. NARS marathon. That was a marathon stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a long day, bro. But hey,
yeah.
Whatever Johnny needs, I'm his Huckleberry. So
yeah,
been that way forever.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you've been a pit captain and team member for how many years now?
I jumped on the program like 95, I believe, and when we had our Baja program down there, factory program, started out as a grunt. And then the guy that brought me on, Chuck Wagner, he was assistant pit captain. Then he got his own pit, and I was like the most mechanical guy there. Mm-hmm. So he took me with him, and just Chuck taught me the ways that Johnny and Bruce Ogilvy taught him, and I learned so much from Chuck, man. And I owe that guy everything. And he's dealt with me through the good and the bad. And then eventually, Johnny asked me to be a pit captain finally, and did that. and that for a number of years. I think we had like 20 odd years of consecutive, 1X plates.
That's crazy.
So yeah. And then, things changed in '08 when I was racing like full time, and I crashed on a KX 500. I was running like 10th at a Hare and Hound or something. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm being inside the top 10 finally, and just wadded and broke my arm at the socket, and just, it was a blessing in disguise, honestly. It was horrible. I almost lost my arm because bad surgeons and stuff, but it led me to do a lot of other things with Johnny. Me and Johnny were friends, but I said, I'm like, hey, Johnny, I'm off for like a year probably. So if you need me, use me. And then I just started doing a ton of stuff with Johnny in like '08, and just, got his trust, and it just rolled on from there, man, just doing everything with him and the team. So,
yeah. Obviously it ended up so much so that there's a special bike that you have the honor of running around the desert.
Oh, the Bomber,
keeping its legs stretched.
Yeah, the Dakar Bomber. Yeah, that's the one Quinn Cody raced in 12, I believe, 2012 Dakar. So I was making. I know it's weird. It's like if Johnny thinks you're good at something, he'll just he'll find a way to get you to do it, Mm-hmm. And he was, it's like, Nar, I think you'd be really good at making road books. I'm like, I'm not a computer guy, bro. I'm just not. I don't think so. And then one year, went to Sonora Rally training. John was like, hey, bud, I need you. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, I'm there with you. And you've probably heard the story, and then, we're in the room, and Darren's talking, and I'm like, oh, I see Skylar and Garrett when Skylar's running for Garrett Poucher. Is it Poucher or Pouchet? I forgot. Pouchet. And then and they're my friends, I was like, I'm tired of hanging out with the Red Riders. I'm gonna go hang out with some other friends. So then I was sitting with Garrett and Skylar, and then asking them questions. And for some reason, it just piqued my interest. I'm like, all right. I'm like, wow, this is cool. I think I might want to make road books. And then Johnny put me with Scott Whitney, Tool and Scott Whitney around. He made the road books for Sonora for forever, and Scott's been making them forever. And then he was just like, oh man, he was a squirrel. He's like, they can make this, and then I get tricked up here, and then I go there. I'm like, whoa, calm down, squirrel. And I'm like, man, this guy, like, what's he on? I'm like super excited. And then I don't know, it just sparked something in me. And then I talked to Johnny after Sonora training, and I'm like, I want to do this. He's like, whatever you need, Nar, I'll buy you a computer, I'll buy you a laptop, I'll buy you the program. I'm like, no, I'll do it, because if I don't like it, I don't want you to be out of money. It's my deal. Mm-hmm. And I just fell in love with it, and I felt Scott Whitney's passion about doing road books. And he was like, and I leaned on you a lot also too, like the computer tech side. I'm like, Taco, I'm lost. How do I get this to work? And you helped me out a lot. And like Scott Whitney was just huge. And he always answered my phone calls. And, I was in the middle of the desert, and I'm like, dude, what do you think about this? And, and then of course, Johnny taught me a lot. And, I was a fly in the room when we were doing our Dakar rally training with Jimmy Lewis and, Ricky, and everyone's talking about the day's stage, and I'll just listen and try and absorb everything, and just kind of put it in everyone's style into my books, So blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Learning from everywhere. That's the thing. I feel like in this sport, you definitely have to be a sponge, because it's, everybody's got a slightly different way of doing things. And sometimes those same people have some really gnarly different ways of doing things. And so,
and I didn't know, I went totally green, and then, when did Ricky win Dakar? Like 20? Yeah. 20. So yeah. So 19, we're making into 19, I was making books all year with Marty Gomez. And, I just found a love just for writing again, doing that. And, Johnny's like, hey, I need books for Ricky to train on, and dude, like thousands of miles of books, for that, and for Ricky to run, and, Kendall would run them too. And then I'm like, I get so nervous, man, when they're out riding, like if Ricky didn't say anything, it was good. I was like, all right, cool. Ricky's got nothing to say. And then Kendall would just be like, no, that was so rad, bro. I like how you put, because I don't use waypoints or anything. I just use straight navigation, but I put a lot of icons in there and like houses or fences for, direction. He's like, yeah, man, I like how you put like, all these landmarks in there. So we know where we're going. I've never been, Kendall's like, dude, I've never been there. That was so cool. I always wanted to go there. I mean, that's what stokes me out, is taking people to new places. So
yeah,
I don't know. I just fell in love with it. So
yeah. And then ta-da, you got
the bomber.
Thousands of miles. And then you ended up with a bomber.
I'm sorry, I got off track because I do that. It's all the voices in my head, bro.
We don't call it off track. We call it off piste.
Yeah, piste.
HP.
But and I ride by myself 99% of the time. But my biggest thing was carrying fuel, So I like my desert tank on there, and I carry like antifreeze bottles full of gas on my hips because I'm out there for 200 miles, and I know where I'm going mostly because I do it a little bit differently how I make my books. Mm-hmm. And then Johnny would just see my pictures, and he's like, "No, what are you doing?" He's like, you need the bomber. And I'm like, "No, bro, I'm good. I mean, it's so iconic, and I don't want to mess it up." And then I don't know, me and Mikey Childress, was part of our team for a while back when he won the 1,000. Mm-hmm. And I was I call him Goat Roper. I was talking to Goat Roper, and he's like, "Bro, just take it." And I was like, "All right, man." So I'm like, "Hey, Johnny, I'll take it." And then I think Johnny came out to Honda Valley and was testing with like Trevor or something. I don't remember. And then he brought the bomber and didn't quite run. So cleaned out the car, pilot jet, sparked it up, ran. Dude put thousands of miles on the bomber just because it'd carry close to 10 gallons of fuel, because, that's what I needed. Yeah. So, and then Johnny's like, it's yours, right? I'm like, what? He goes, I'm gifting it to you. It's yours. I'm like, dude, are you serious? I'm like, this thing's so iconic. It's like, it started the rally thing for us. And, it was Quinn's bike. And he's all, you deserve it. He's all, you've been with us since like 95. He's all, you deserve a cool gift. And so he gifted me the bomber. And then, but no one can get registered. No, you get it registered. It's a one-off. It's a factory frame. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of factory on that bike. And anyways, I know some tricks and stuff, and I got a California title for it. And then as soon as I got that, straight to AZ, got a license plate for it. She's plated. And yeah, I run her all the time.
The legendary Dakar bomber.
For sure.
So then, I mean, yeah, and I've seen that bike, and you have to look at the bike up close and just kind of see all of these little like different things and how the bike, like how that was the beginning recipe of mm-hmm. of what we see now. I don't even know what generation rally bike they're up to now.
I don't know. I was at the shop today, and then Johnny's got the Silver Bullet, which we call it. That was after the Dakar bomber. That was the next one. Mm-hmm. And then he's got Johnny's rally bike from when he raced. Mm-hmm. 15 or something. I don't remember, but all those are up in the shop, up on the wall. It's pretty cool to see. But yeah, because so the story is unfortunately, when Queenie crashed out in 2012, Johnny finally got the bomber back to the shop, and then Honda or HRC called and said, "Hey, we want the bomber. We want to get back into it," or whatever. So Johnny said him and Eric Stratton spent days pounding the bomber straight because just Quinn mangled it. Mm-hmm. So they got the bomber as straight as they could, mm-hmm. packed it up, sent it to Japan, and they went through it, did what they do, and then they started their Gen 1 rally bike off the bomber.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we got to get to the meat and potatoes. And then, a couple years later, all these road books, thousands of miles on it. Baja Rally.
Yeah.
How did that party get started?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Like I like for the last one, I committed doing it. I'm like, yeah, because I was in the heart of road books, man. I was like deep, like committed. I was like nuts about it. And then, I talked to Scotty of Baja Rally about it and worked out a deal, and I was in. And then COVID hit. And then nobody was in.
Yeah. Yeah. It just put the brakes on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I don't know, a few years later, I just felt like, man, I felt like I needed to accomplish that. Because honestly, I'm like, I wanted to put the bomber on the podium. I'm like, Quinn never put it on the podium. I'm going to put it on the podium. She deserves a podium, Yeah. So we signed up for Baja Rally this year for October.
So that was, like you said, that was almost like a 2-year hiatus just because of this whole COVID thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to get to the line. So, that was, but it was, it was like it was due and it was time. And so what did, all
right, you want the story? What happened or what?
Yeah, let's do it. People want to know. I know some of the story. I know some of it. Yeah, you do.
And I've had so many people message me. I'm like, I'm going to do a podcast. You'll hear the whole story. And I've been busy. You've been busy. I do, life. So, decided to do it early this year, committed. I'm like, all right, cool. Granted, I've had the bond for 2 or 3 years, put 15,000 miles on it or more. Never, not a problem. Still the stock motor from 12, or not the stock motor, but the motor completely the way Quinn raced it. This is the same bike. It's never been apart. Has all the Dakar safety wire tags on the motor, so it's not apart. And it killed me just to pull all that stuff off. But I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. So I talked to Hide Hiwana, he's our factory mechanic at HRC, and your bike guy, and he lives up by me, and we've been good friends for a long time. So I said, Hide, I need you to rebuild the bomber. He said, gnarly son. He said, no problem. I'll think of Hide. Anyways, so got getting the bomber rebuilt, and then in that prep, I was riding Saba Light rally bike, and then I was putting a lot of miles, and then my dad wasn't doing good. Yeah, I got sick, Alzheimer's, dementia, whatever. Ended up passing away like 8 months ago, I think. Mm-hmm. And man, I just put a halt on my training and any road books. I had a plan what I was going to do and prep for the rally, and everything just went out the door. And because I just wanted, I needed to be there for my mom and stuff, because they were married for 50 odd years. So, so all that just went out the door, and I just felt I was prepared, but I wasn't really prepared. So, all right, and then I recruited Chris Duarte, who I met through Baja Beach Bash, through Cameron Steele and the Desert Assassins and all the tours, or not tours, but the rides we do. And me and Chris have been friends for years. And I'm like, all right, I need someone that I'm going to have a good time with, and we have laughs. So I'm like, dude, Duarte is my guy. And Duarte was in. It's like, cool. So, man, I'm like, it's getting close. And then the Saba Light, I'm out training and I hear a knock. I'm like, man, this doesn't sound good. Nursed it home. The motor starts to go. So I dropped it off to Hide, get that rebuilt, So now I'm down to my WR. I have a Yamaha too. Mm-hmm. Then there's life got on the way with my dad passing and stuff like that. So anyways, finally build the bomber down to the frame. Hide did the motor, got everything back together, got a lot of help. Baja Bound Insurance, Brake Master Hesperia, of course, JCR Honda, Johnny Campbell, Fred Sobke at Baja Mex Parking, Zip Tie Racing. Man, it was just so many people helped me out. So I felt like, all right, cool. And so we're heading down. Feel free to interrupt me anytime you want if this gets too long. I'll try and make it quick. So Duarte shows up, we're ready to go, load up the truck kind of the night before. That morning, load up the trailer. And it's been a bitchin' 1979 4-wheel Dyco trailer, solid steel, heavy built. I got it from my buddy Bear. Mm-hmm. So on the way down to Baja Rally, Johnny's like, hey, do you need anything? I'm like, yeah, I need a couple front mooses if you got them. And this and that. I go, oh, cool, I need to give you some parts for Arturo. I'm like, all right, cool. So I met Johnny Ontario or something, and Faye was with them, and Faye's like, oh my God, the bomber looks so good. You even recognize it. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, hey, Johnny, how do you like my trailer? He goes, dude, this is sick. It's got boxes on it and stuff. I'm like, I know, it's super solid. And I go, hey, look, bro. I'm like, it doesn't even have safety chains. They didn't believe in safety chains in 1979. And he's like, well, you're Nar. You don't need them. I'm all right. And then we're just having laughs at like 7 a.m. So anyways, take off from there, heading down to the border.
Yeah.
And we're like 7 miles from the border. Me and Chris are just having laughs and stuff like that. And driving down the freeway, and I'm always looking in my rearview mirror, just make sure the bike's not tipped over or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this car pulls next to me and this like starts honking. So I look over and Chris, what's that about? I'm looking like, I don't know. She's cute. She's blonde. She's blonde. She's kind of my deal. And she's like waving and like honking. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm like, yeah, dirt bikes, girl. They're mine. We're racing. So I'm like, thinking I'm cool. And then, talking, I look over talking to Chris, and then they hear honk, 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 honk. And then I look over, and now she's really animated. I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? And then Chris, what's she want? I go, maybe we lost a box or something. I don't know, but everything was secure. And now she's just laying on the horn. She's kind of getting close to the truck, and like she's super animated and starts pointing. So I look up in my rearview mirror. I'm like, holy shit, Chris. The bikes are gone. He goes, what? I go, the bikes are gone, dude. The bikes are gone. I go, how do I lose both bikes? I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God, there's death on the freeway. I'm like, the bikes are flipped and went on the other side of the freeway and people are dead. So I'm like, how do I lose both bikes? So I start to pull over, and then I'm pulling over. I'm looking at my side view mirrors. I go, Chris, the trailer's gone. He's like, what? I go, the trailer's gone. And so I'm pulling over, and there's like a Toyota Tacoma with flashers on next to me, pulling in front of me with like 2 other cars. I'm like, oh my God, it's death and mayhem behind me. What did I do? Yeah. So Chris is looking at me. I'm like, dude, get out. See what he says. Chris jumps out, runs over there, talks to the dude. He's like kind of strolling back. I'm like, dude, run back. I'm like, Chris comes back. I'm like, what did he say? He goes, dude, the trailer's 3 exits back. I go, what? He goes, the trailer's 3 exits back. I go, dude, get in. And then I don't know when the next exit is. I'm just like, oh my God. So I'm like, looking. Yeah, and I'm looking at northbound traffic. I'm like, okay, northbound traffic's moving because if there's an accident, it'd be dead stick. Mm-hmm. And then southbound traffic, the way I'm going, is moving. I go, I don't know when the next exit is. I'm like, screw it. Dude, I throw it in reverse. I'm doing like 60 in my truck, fully loaded, minus the trailer and bikes, going backwards, crossing like live on-ramps and shit, right? When I cross like 2 or 3, and I'm like, I still don't see anything. And there's this like last on-ramp, there's too much traffic. I had to wait. So I'm waiting. And then I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and they go, oh my God, I see my tower. And he's like, well, I go, I see the bomber. I see the tower. And then it was like a 7-foot, 8-foot tall bush, and I could see the tower just over the bush. And like, I still don't know what's going on. Cross the on-ramp, park, throw the truck in the dirt in some bushes. And I don't know how I lost a trailer yet. It's a mystery to me. So I get out and I look and the receiver's there, but like the ball's gone. And then I look and I see the trailer. Both bikes are on the trailer, everything's just like I loaded it. Mm-hmm. And so the lock washer and the nut came loose somehow. I don't know how. I mean, I Loctited it and everything. Came loose, came off, and it doesn't have safety chains, of course. Like I was kidding with Johnny earlier that morning. I was like, but luckily,
we call that foreshadowing.
Yeah, it could have been like a different story if it had safety chains. So. Anyways, I was like in the second to fast lane, or whatever, doing like 70, 75. And so the thing came off. Mm-hmm. It glided on the shank of the ball, doing like 75 or 80. And it grinded half the shank down, and it gently glided to the shoulder of the road. And then it hit something, kind of did like the front end did a little wheelie. Mm-hmm. And then it hit the shoulder and hit the dirt, and it just augured in the dirt. Literally like 1.5 foot from going off the side of the freeway. Oh. And the whole time I'm backing up, and the whole time I'm there, I'm looking for like helicopters. I'm looking for like CHP. I'm like, all right. I looked at the trailer. I'm just like, man, there's no paint on it. like they hit a vehicle or anything like that. Everything's good. I'm sure they would have waited if something happened.
Mm-hmm.
Then me and Chris can't lift it because it's loaded and it's just augured in the dirt. And I was like, oh, let me get my little jack. Got my little jack, jacked it up, filled in the dirt so it would be level. Chris is all, what do we do? I'm like, unload the bikes. Let's unload the bikes, lift the trailer, put it, had another ball on the hitch, on the bumper, put it on the bumper, put the bikes back on, and headed to the border.
Dude.
And I think about this. I'm like, wow, how did it was a blessing no one got hurt or injured or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been a completely different story.
Yeah. My rally could have been over before it even started. And, I was just like, wow, thank you, Lord. I'm like, thank you, Dad, for watching over me. Like he's recently passed. So I'm just like, he's made all my races too. So it's kind of weird just not having him there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So anyways, we crossed the border, no issues. We have to go through customs. And I put like 100 miles on it to break it in before I left. And, Johnny gave me some new batteries. I'm like, man, this thing's kind of hard starting, but I figured because he did put some like HRC parts in it and stuff he had laying around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's just a fresh HRC motor. So it's got way ton more compression, than what I'm used to, because the other one had probably 10, 20,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
So get to Baja Rally, do tech, and then throw some new batteries in it. And then, it's starting fine. Do photos and all that, and go through tech and all that rigmarole.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, cool, get ready. So day of the race, we get suited up, get up at 4, get ready, blah, blah, blah. You're there, take off and feeling good. I'm like, hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm just, I had a plan, and I don't know, it was great for the first 100 miles until it wasn't. And then I was looking at my road book, and then I missed the turn. So I go to hit the brakes, I slided a little bit, tipped it over. All right, no big deal.
Nice.
Pick it up and go to hit the starter. I'm like, there's nothing there. That's weird. Why is it not starting? Nothing there. And I'm hitting the button, and I'm just like, and I can see my rally comm going dim. I go, whoa. Well, that's not good. I kind of need that. I'm like, huh. I'm like, all right, I'll just kick it. I'm like, man, this thing wouldn't start. I'm like kicking and kicking and kicking. And I'm just watching people go by. I'm like, oh my God. I'm probably like mid-pack now, the race. All this sucks. I'm kicking and kicking. And I was like, oh man, my camelback's leaking. I was like, oh, shit, I'm sweating. I'm like, slow down, Nar. You're going to burn yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
So I take off my helmet and stuff, and then it finally starts. And I go, wow, it's never, I had it for like 3 years. It's always started. I'm like, what they say, what can happen in Baja will, that's just the way it is. That's just the way Mexico is. Like, that's weird. Whatever. I got it started, threw my gear back on, took off, jamming, passing people, whatever. And we're in some pretty cool off piece and stuff. And then I just hit a, not a ditch, but just a pretty big crevasse. And I was like, oh, Bill. And then hit a bush and it stalled.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wouldn't start again. I'm all, this is weird.
Yeah.
Kicking, dude, for like an hour. And I'm in a gully where no one can see me,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this is weird. It won't start. I'm like, well, I need Sweep to see me. So I climbed to the top of the gully, put my helmet on a cactus. And then here comes Sweep, dude. I'm like at the end. I'm at the end. And then I know these guys on Sweep. And I'm like, they're like, Nar, what's up? I'm like, dude, mechanical, dude, won't start. And couldn't get it started. So I jump on the sat phone, call the organization. I go, hey, Willem, it's Nar. I think I'm out, dude. I got a mechanical, and I'm in a bad spot, bro. I'm like, but they could probably still get me. Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll let you know. Hang tight. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just still trying, bro. I'm still trying, dude. And it's like an hour and a half's gone by. I'm just like, still trying. And then it starts. I'm like, no way. I'm all, hell yeah. So I turn up the idle, so I'm like, this is weird. I'm just going to turn up the idle, get on the sat phone, call the organization, go, hey, it's an R, the bike's running. I'm just going to try and make it, I can still do this. I'm not timed out yet. I know I can make up time. And got going. Jamming. Now I'm like, my odo's off, and I'm just following tracks to make time, And so I'm jamming, and then get to the mud hills and just this gnarly uphill. I'm all, and then it stalls right when I get to the top. Like, no.
Yeah, not now.
No. At least I was at the top of the hill this time. Dude, I'm going to spend another hour and a half, dude, kicking and kicking. This thing's got so much compression. I'm like, it won't start. And then I think one guy on sweep comes by and he's like, yeah, we got one. You're not the last guy yet. There's one guy, Philip. I'm like, great. So I call the organization. I go, hey, the bike's done. I can't start it. And I've been trying for like an hour at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nar. So we'll figure it out where to get you. I'm like, yeah, well, good luck. This is a really bad spot. So I'm just waiting there. And then I see Philip just moving like a salted snail, like molasses in the wintertime. Yeah. He's moving. And then he kind of get up. He can't get up the hill. So I'm like, dude, go around and come up the tail end of it. So he does that. And then he pulls up next to me. He's like, hey, mate, so you got any tweezers or pliers? I got cactus all in me. I'm like, how did you get cactus? I haven't seen cactus yet. Whatever. So I'm like pulling out cactus of like fill up and just throwing it on the ground and stuff like that. Yeah. And then he goes, all right, I'm going to get going. I'm like, oh, the hill looks tough. I'm like, yeah, just go on the outside and just rail it up. And he's like, okay, I'm going to try. He goes, I'm not used to the bikes. He ran one of Poncho's bikes and he wasn't quite used to it at DS Pro. Mm-hmm. DS Pro Adventure Tours. Yes. All right, he gets going. And then I watch Philip right away. And I go, why? Why is this happening to me? I'm literally the last guy in the rally. There's no sweep. There's no nothing. And just like, honestly, dude, like a tear or two came down. I'm like, why? I've had the bomber for 3 years. It's been bulletproof. I'm like, why today? Yeah. Why today? I was just dumbfounded. I'm like, and I called the organization, like I said, and let them know I was done again. Mm-hmm. I go, I'm going to take a nap. I'm like, all right, I'm going to lay down. Guess where I lay down? Right where I threw all Philip's cactus that I pulled out of him.
Oh, no.
I'm like, this is a perfect end of my day. Yeah. Oh, bullshit. Yeah. So bad.
Anything else? It's like, oh, man.
Right. Oh, and then I'm just listening to this story gets better. Well, kind of. And then I'm just listening to the radio and the chatter and just going, man, I should be in the mix for this thing. I should be in the top 10 today, but I'm not. Yeah. And then probably an hour and a half after Philip passes me, I hear, Baja Rally. I'm okay, but I need help. This is Philip number, whatever he was. He goes, I'm stuck under my bike and I can't get out. I'm like, what? How did you get stuck under your bike? I'm not, and you can't get out, but you're okay. I'm stuck in a riverbed, but I'm pinned under my bike. I'm like, oh, that's super weird.
Yeah.
And then, so then my sat phone goes off and it's the organization of Baja Rally. And they're like, hey, Nar, have you been monitoring? I'm like, yeah. He goes, okay, look, we got a priority. We got to get this fill up and then we'll come and get you. Mm-hmm. Go. And the bomber.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Victor with the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hey, super quick. We have got some news for you guys. So Mira Activewear, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the brand. You should be. You've seen their handiwork if you've seen pictures of Happy Dave and a few of our other riders here in the States, but also in the Dakar Rally, a lot of the top pros wearing their windbreakers, custom-made rally suits and things like that. They have been phenomenal. They are a very, very high-quality product, awesome printing, design team, everything. But the reason we're interrupting this episode is they have got a fundraiser and promotional raffle going on right now between now and February. You want to get on over there. So you can purchase a limited edition Mira bandana set. So 3 special designs. That will get you entered into the contest for a grand prize of a full rally suit. So check out all the rules and limitations, all that fun, all that jargon. Get on over to the website. Link is in the description. And let's get back to the episode.
Your priority, the bomber second. I'm like, no, I'll find a way to get it out of here. I'm like, I'm not leaving the bomber. I'm all, some Mexican family is going to find it in the middle of nowhere and I'll never see it again. Yeah. Oh no. Cause I'm just like, man, I'm like, okay, dude, I walked over to the bomber. I literally wrapped my arms around her and hugged her. And I was like, bomber, I go, if you're ever going to start, please do it now. Just because they're going to get me with the helicopter and leave you here. And I'll never see you again. And I go, that's not motivation enough, bomber. I'm like, we have to save Philip. If we do anything good in this rally, bomber, please start. We have to save Philip. Dude, I jumped on her. I promise you, I swear to you, she started on the first kick. I was like, what? Dude, I cranked the idle up to like 10 grand so it wouldn't die again, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I get on the sat phone. I'm all, Baja Rally. This is Nard. Like, oh, no. I go, I got the bomber started. We're going to save Philip. He's like, oh, my God. Thank you, Nard. Because the recovery truck's stuck. It can't go any further. I'm like, I'm going to save Philip. So I get on my gear, get going. And like my auto's off. And I was just following tracks, like up to that point.
Yeah.
So all I know is Philip's stuck in a river somewhere under his bike. So I'm just following tracks until I wasn't following tracks. And all the tracks go like 87 different ways.
Oh.
I'm just like, oh my God. So I kind of look at my Odo. I just advance my road book. And I'm like, I make road books so I can kind of see what the author's doing and where he's sending us. Because I've raced desert my whole life. So I can kind of see the terrain and what he has in mind. I go, okay, this is probably the most likely route. And there was like maybe 3 tracks that went that way, which is the correct way, I think. And then got to the river, started going, and it says, missed waypoint. Catch waypoint on Rallycomp, wherever it works. I go, oh my gosh, if I catch the waypoint, it's going to reset. I can redo my mileage and reset my road book correctly. Mm-hmm. Dude, there's like this mud hill that was like 10 stories tall. I'm like, man, I think I can make it. I'm like, well, if I can, I always bump it coming down. So I'm just like, just wrapping out the bomber, make it to the top, follow the arrow, catch the waypoint, reset my mileage, reset my road book. I'm like, okay, I know exactly where I'm at. So I'm on the road book. I get in the river, and I'm just looking for Philip, because I'm going to do my good deed and save Philip, right? I'm looking for Philip, and I'm looking for Philip. And there's all kinds of other tracks. People are going the same route, obviously. You're going for miles, dude.
Yeah. And
then I look up, and I forgot his name. The guy with the white 4Runner. He does the media for Baja Rally.
Danny,
that's right. I look up and I see his 4Runner. I'm like, oh, cool, I made it. I'm like, if I stall, at least I have a rack to throw the bike on. So Danny gets out, dude. He's jumping up and down. I'm like, hey, bro, I made it. He's all, dude, that's rad. Where's Philip? I go, I don't know. You don't have Philip? He's like, no, you're supposed to have him. I'm like, I don't see him anywhere. I can't. He goes, he's up there like a mile or 2. I'm like, bro, there's no one a mile or 2 up the river. I'm like, and it's bad. I go, your truck can't go any further. He goes, yeah, I'm kind of stuck. I can only go backwards now. He goes, oh, he's like, you have a GPS? I'm like, no. I'm like, let me look. He goes, oh, it's just coordinates. I go, can you pull it off? He goes, I can't pull it off my truck. I'm like, he's like, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, so I roll my bike away so we can talk, because it's like a 10 grand so it doesn't die.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, Danny, I'm like, here's what's going to happen. I go, fill my Camelback, because it was pretty dry, because, kicking the bike for hours. Mm-hmm. I go, fill my Camelback. I'm going to go up the river like a salted snail and look for Philip. And if I stall the bike, I'm just going to walk the river until I find Philip. He's all, great idea, bro. I'm like, it's the only idea. We have to save Philip.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. Fills my Camelback. I walk over to the bomber, and I'm going. So I'm backtracking. I'm not worried about traffic, because I was the last one. Mm-hmm. Get going. I'm looking, dude. I'm looking, and I can't see Philip anywhere. And I'm almost to the point to where I started in the river, where where the route takes you into it.
Yeah.
And then I just happened to glance to my left. I just see, I've ridden the desert my whole life, so something just didn't look right. And I see something behind a bush. I go, oh my God, there he is. But he's like 150 yards off the track in the river. I don't know why he was way over there. There's no reason to be over there. He was the only track over there. So I was like, holy shit. So he fell over, but he fell over on a ledge, kind of, and his feet and his leg was pinned under the bike. And when the bike fell over, like the foot peg got ledged, or the foot peg got wedged under a rock.
Mm-hmm.
So he couldn't lift the bike out because the foot peg was wedged and his other leg was stuck under there somehow. I'm like, how do you get both legs stuck under there? Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, which is ridiculous. And I walk over there. I'm like, he's like, oh my God, you saved me, mate. And I'm like, yeah, let's just go. And so I walk over there, Taco, and I go to lift up the bike, and I go, and I'm strong, dude. I mean, I go to the gym every day and train heavy. And I'm like, I go lift the bike, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of stuck. Give it a couple more. He goes, I told you. I'm like, hold on, dude. And then I just, get in and use my legs, not just my upper body. And then I get it off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Blah, blah. I was coming down. I go, dude, zip it. I go, my bike's going to overheat and blow up. I go, I can't shut it off. Get your shit together and let's go. He goes, oh, I can't ride it. I can't ride it. Yeah, he's like, I can't ride it out of here. I'm like, I'll ride your bike to the track. Get walking, bro. So I jump on his bike, or Pancho's bike. Yes, bro. Yeah. Adventure Tours and Rentals, by the way. So I jump on the bike, I ride it to the track, and then Philip walks over. I'm like, get your stuff on, bro. I'm going to walk to my bike, and then we got to jam. Okay. Walk over to the bomber, still running, thankfully. Get going. I'm like, let's go. And he's like, all right, get going. And then we're jamming. And I'm not going fast. And then I look, I'm like, where the heck is Philip? Dude, he's way back there. So I'm like, shoot. I go, bro, you got to go faster. Oh, there's just a lot of dust. I'm like, I know, stay closer. And then there's no dust. I'm not going that fast. So anyways, we get to Danny, get to the rescue truck. And then Danny's like, bro, you can go ahead. I go, Danny, my mileage is all off. I go, I can't reset or anything. I go, we'll just follow you until we get to the gas stop, or the road at the gas stop. So we're following Danny and stuff, and then get to the road, and he goes, all right, gas stop. And I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm like, bro. Get to the gas stop, see Ken and Donna, get a splash. And I'm just like, hey, they're coming. I go, which way to Catavina? And the Donna's like, down this road, stay straight. Don't make a right, but keep wide. Don't make a right at the Y, but keep going straight. Stay to the left, like 20, 25 miles down this road, hit the highway, make a right. I'm all, later, y'all. Dude, I'm just doing like...
Yeah, my name 90. Is Nar, and that's between y'all.
Yeah. I'm just doing 90 down this road, right? Just never been down, just full gas. And just riding what I can see, of course, and I don't want to die. Anyways, get to the highway, bank a right. And I'm like... And I'm down there all the time, so I kind of know where I'm at from the highway. Mm-hmm. And then the terrain. I'm like, oh, I know where Scotty was putting us, Anyways, jump on the highway, get to Catavina, pull in, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I'm looking at things I know, and then Ace Nelson is there, and he has Starlink. So I'm like, sweet. I'm like, hey, and I call him Stroker. I'm like, Stroker, man, can I borrow your Starlink? Can I jump on? I got to figure out what's wrong with the bike. So I call Hide, get Hide on the horn. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Hide-san. I go, this is what's going on. He goes, I know, I've been following your stories. I'm like, me. Like, I got to post everything in the world that happens to me. Yeah. And so I go, it's got to be the valves, Hide-san, because we didn't adjust the valves. And he's like, no, you don't need to. I'm like, no, he's all, try this, trying everything. Can't get it started. And then Pancho Alonso Diaz, or as I call him, Chihuahua. That's his nickname. I gave him Chihuahua. Yeah. It's a long story. It's another show.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah, everyone has a nickname, bro. So Chihuahua comes over, or I call him Popolole, and he cracks up when I call him Popolole. So Chihuahua is like, no, what's up? I go, I don't know, bro. I go, it's got to be the valves. He goes, oh. So he's putting his 2 cents in. We can't figure it out, and it's getting late. hey, can my guys look at it? I'm like, yeah, for sure, dude. Because Pancho has his whole team there because he does rally support for Baja Rally and has rentals and stuff. I'm all, please, bro, because I can't figure it out. I go, I think it's the valves, Pancho. He goes, no. So push it over to his area, part of the bivouac. The guys go, hey, try and start it. So it won't start, right? They go, too much compression, won't start. So their guys are trying to start it, and Pancho's talking to him. And then Pancho comes over and he's like, hey, bro, my guys think you don't know the rhythm of the bike. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. You don't know the rhythm of the bike. I'm like, Chihuahua. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, you don't know how to start the bike. I'm like, oh my God. I'm all Chihuahua. I'm like, I've ridden 600s, 650s, 450s. I know how to start a 4-stroke. I'm like, dude, your guys can't even start the bike.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, that's a good point. I'm like, yeah, you think? So I go, he goes, oh, I think it's a timing. I go, I don't think it's a timing, bro, because when it starts, it runs like a bat out of hell. Mm-hmm. It just runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Factory motor. He goes, okay. He goes, hey, you mind if we tow it? I'm like, no, tow it. Bump start it. It'll start. They tow it. And these guys are like, you mind if I take it down the highway? I go, put a helmet on. He goes, okay. We're up. I can hear him just having fun on this thing, dude, just rapping it out. Yeah. Comes back. It's perfect. It runs perfect. And he goes, you're good to go. I'm like, oh, really? And I shut it off. I go, try and start it. He goes, oh, no, it won't start. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been dealing with that all day for like 12 hours or something. Yeah. So anyways, they roll it back under the tent. And then, I'm just beat. So I'm just like, I got to eat something before they put away dinner. And there's a writers meeting and stuff. And then hear a bike start. And I'm like, sounds like my bike. So, do all that stuff, writers meeting, eat something, find Duarte, walk over to Pancho. He goes, hey, you guys found it. I go, what was it? I just thought it had a lot of compression because it's a brand new HRC motor that Day rebuilt and stuff. And then he's all, your valves are fine. I'm like, okay, well, I thought it was valves. He goes, your timing's fine. I'm like, I knew that. He goes, but when my guys have the head off, it's like the automatic decompression. I'm like, I'm not a motor guy, so the automatic decompression came loose or the nut backed out or something. So it wasn't decompressing the motor. So that's why it wouldn't start. And that's why it burnt out the starter. He's all, look, it starts every time. Shuts it, starts it. The bike's running, starts every time, kickstart only. But when we're trying to kick it the whole time, so like Gen 1 X's, like they had a thing, like you kickstart them and like you hear the Bendix wind and they blow out the cases, like the center case and the side case. It backfires and it blows out the cases. Mm-hmm. So that was my main concern. I'm like, man, what if I'm kickstarting this thing and it blows out the cases in the middle of the desert? Like, huh?
Yeah.
I'll just go, we'll have it ready for you. I was like, okay, I guess. And then I go, well, shoot, we still haven't figured out the electrical issue because, it should have been charging the battery the whole time. There's no reason my rally comp should have died on my electrical. Mm-hmm. And they're just like, bro, just carry like 3 batteries with you. I'm just like, really? I'm like, that's not the answer.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, bro. I was just like thinking about stuff and I'm still in my riding gear, dude. It's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Chris is in the room, go back to the room. And I'm just like talking to Chris, dude, and we're just having laughs, bro. And that's why I brought him. He's so fun. His faith is super strong, and I really needed that on that with me around me. It's one of the reasons too I brought Chris because his faith. Yeah. And he's like, "What are you gonna do tomorrow, bro?" I'm like, I don't know, bro. I feel fortunate that no one died on the freeway. I didn't cause an accident. Both bikes were there. Nothing happened. I just thought about it. And I was like, the bike starts, but, the Bendix or whatever, you hear kind of wind when you kick it. I'm like, what if I, blow a case halfway through a marathon stage and they got to extract me if someone got hurt and they needed a helicopter for that and it's with me, that would not be cool for safety reasons and stuff. And, and I didn't have faith in the bomber after 3 years of nothing but good times and being bulletproof. I was iffy about the bomber, whether it would make a full day or not. And I couldn't do that to the organization and put someone else at risk just because I wanted to race and ride. Mm-hmm. And then, so I just got up that morning and I talked to Chris about it that night. I'm like, bro, let's just pack up in the morning, take our time, go to San Felipe. have a lot of beers and some shrimp tacos and have a good time.
Yeah.
Chris is like, whatever you want to do, bro. So I was like, all right. Got up in the morning, went to breakfast, and Poncho's all, bro. Chihuahua, TS Pro Adventure Tours and Bike Rentals. He's just like, your bike's ready. I'm just like, not today, bro. He's like, come on, you owe it to yourself. I'm like, I don't owe anybody anything. I feel bad because of all my sponsors and stuff, and I want to do good.
Mm-hmm.
But, I just felt, it was just a sign, like I said, no one got injured originally on day one from the trailer coming apart on the freeway. And I just felt like it wasn't my time to ride and do a rally. So we just packed it in, drove to San Felipe, got a room, had a bunch of beers and a bunch of tacos, and had a good time.
Yeah.
And that is the story of my first and only Baja Rally as a racer.
Well, first, I don't know about only. I think that there's still some rallying left to do.
Oh, bro, why do you say that? Because they just put out the thing as like a discount for next year, and I'm like, and I finally got the pictures back. I'm like, dang, there were some banger pictures, bro. That guy took at Baja Rally.
Those were some bangers for sure.
And I wasn't gonna spend the money for the pictures. I'm like, man, that's a lot of money, but and then I was thinking about it last week. I'm like, I never got my pictures from one day of racing. And then I contacted the organization Baja Rally, and then Danny, and then put me in touch with Scotty, and then Scotty got me the info and got me the pictures that I paid for. And dude, I was just like, oh, dude, it fired me up again. I'm like, oh my God, I think I need to go back.
Yeah, I
think I need to finish this. So I'm kind of at odds right now whether I'm like, I wonder if I could raise enough money to go back again. Like, so many people gave me money to do this. I feel bad, and I'm like, I really can't ask for. I feel like I shouldn't ask for more help for next year, because they've already invested and believed in me, and I just big old goose egg on that one. So, it wasn't my fault, but whatever.
It's the. At the end of the day, you could do 1,000 races and never have a single issue, except for the one, and that's just unfortunately it's like it's part of the show, and it sucks when it's like your first one and you got a lot of lead up to it and all that stuff. But
dude, all year I was posting pictures, progress reports of the bomber, the build, for me to race 100 miles, and then womp womp womp,
and I get it. I get where you're coming from. You get to a point where you're just like, okay, I feel like I've been fortunate. I've been blessed, and I've pushed pretty hard, and I don't want to continue to push my luck. Like you said, and I think that's I think that was a smart choice, right? Your head's got to be in the game. You're going to be mentally exhausted, physically exhausted anytime you do a rally stage, especially when you're racing. So, I get it. And that's,
and honestly, like, I'm super mentally strong. Like, nothing gets to me, and I figure everything out. I was thinking, WWJC, which is what would Johnny Campbell do? In my mind, because whenever I'm Baja or I have a situation, I'm Bruce Ogilvie and Johnny Campbell trained, I'm them. Yeah. So I was thinking, what would Johnny do? How would I fix this? How would I get out of this? And I just didn't have an answer this time. And, I just felt like I'm lucky I made it that far. Like I said, my dad, passed earlier that year, and he was just looking out for me with the trailer incident. No one got hurt or killed or injured. So I was just like, we're packing it in. So it was what it was. But I don't know. I saw the pictures and kind of got the fire again to do it. I'm just like, I don't know. The bomber's only got 200 miles on her. I can keep her fresh all year, Huh? So I don't know. I'm like, if I do tours and save my money all year, I could probably do it, but then we kind of have something you and I talked about doing this year. So I'm just like, well, I can use that money for that thing that we want to do, or race, I'm just like, I've raced my whole life. I have I have a huge ILD. Some chick I was dating called the I Love Dave wall because I have all my trophies and plaques and all lined in my garage walls,
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's the I Love Dave wall. I'm like, oh, these are just the ones I keep because I like them,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, do I need to prove anything? Not really, but do I still think I have it in me? Yeah, I think I do, at least a podium in, the not beginner class, but, rally rookie, because technically I'm still a rally rookie. Yeah, it was just hard, so it was just hard, during the race, like Ricky was messaging me. He's like, bro, you got to keep going. I'm like, oh, Ricky's telling me that. I'm just like,
stop with this pressure.
And I'm like, I could, anyone else, but Johnny and Ricky are like, you have to keep going. I'm like, oh man, for me that's pressure because they're my buds, but you got a Dakar champion tell you don't quit, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to go have tacos and have fun.
But tacos.
So it, in my mind, it was the right decision, and then. I don't know, after I got home and 3 weeks later, I'm like, man, I need to drain the gas out of the bike. And then I discovered a couple other issues on the bike that wasn't handled when it was being fixed at the rally. Mm-hmm. And if I would have continued, my motor definitely would have just locked up. I would have lost my motor. So I'm glad I didn't in foresight. Because I don't think I would have made the end of day 2 because my motor would have just lunched, so. And then when I was talking I haven't seen Ricky for a while because Ricky moved down to Arizona and whatnot. So I was dropping out the rally bike and he's like, bro, what really happened? So I gave Ricky the story and, I told him, issues that I found with the motor when I was draining the gas. And he's like, bro, he's like, good thing you tapped out. He's all, you would have had to spend all that money to rebuild another motor. I'm like, yeah, the Hide doesn't even have all those parts that I need anymore, for the bomber because they're kind of like some factory stuff or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, another part of the blessing in disguise. So,
yeah.
So that's it, man. That is the story.
The story of Baja Rally.
Baja Rally and the Dakar bomber. And, I just wanted to put it on the podium so I could talk crap to Quinn and be like, yo, Quinny, I'm like, I got a podium, bro. I know rally rookie, but still a podium. I just felt like she deserved it. Now I can't, I'm a loser because I didn't even finish the race.
No. But I think that in the end, obviously there was the mileage learned from this event, getting ready for it, prepping for it, doing all of the stuff that you do year round anyway, always busy. And then going to the rally, all of the stuff that happened, and then learning some things. I mean, next time you start having issues, I mean, it's going to be it's going to be instinct. It's like, these are the things that I need to check, that I need to do. Hell, you might even do them out in the field, and so you never, where have I heard it before? You're either winning or you're learning,
True. And I, I don't know, I've been around rally and just, I was part of Baja Rally as the starter and the recon guy and the extraction guy and the everything guy for Baja Rally for the first 5 years or something, but this is my first time going in as a racer. And I'm always prepared, because Baja pit captain for Honda and just, I've raced my whole life. And, I definitely learned some stuff that I didn't think about for the race. So I'm like, well, if I do it again next year, I'm like, I'm going to be way more prepared. I'm like, I'm going to stick to my plan of riding and training and road books. I'm like, I could do it. I could totally do it. I think I could make a pretty big splash coming next October. Mm-hmm. But I'm just like, whoa, throttle back, bro. Is that really a priority? Because I want to kind of do that other thing with you. And I think that would be a lot cooler to do. So I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about racing. I mean, I could do both, but I think the other thing's probably more important. I really can't say anything about that because we're still working.
We're working on it.
Yes, we are.
and we've signed NDAs within ourselves.
True.
Non-disclosure agreements. Yep.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I feel like this year, yeah, I've been a part of Honda and JCR, and Johnny's like one of my best friends. He's my 11th best friend, is what I call him, because he's 11-time overall winner of the Baja 1000. He's won the Baja 1000 more than 11 times, but he's won the overall Baja 1000, beating trucks, beating bikes, beating every vehicle 11 times, which is a pretty impressive feat.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I can say that record is probably going to stand for. I'm going to say the rest of the time, because now the trucks have gotten so much faster.
Yeah,
that it won't. Yeah.
It's funny because like everyone knows, like me and Johnny are brothers and good friends, and they're like, I can't believe he's only won the Baja 1000 11 times. That's the only thing he's won. I'm like, no, dummy. I'm like, I have to explain to him. He's won the 500s a bunch of times overall, but then I explained the whole overall situation. It's like, yeah, he's beat every vehicle overall on time and speed 11 times. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, that's why they call him 11 time. Mm-hmm. I just call him Saba. That's my nickname for Johnny, is Saba.
Saba.
Yeah, that's a funny story from like 10 years ago, and it's just stuck because I call him Saba Johnny. He calls me Saba Nar, and then Hide Juan, I call him King Saba because he's the king of all the Sabas. And it's just a joke within the Honda camp and stuff. But I don't know. Like this year, I feel like I've been away from the team and been away from HRC and the rally thing and testing and stuff like that. So, I really talking to Johnny, just really want to make an effort in getting back to the team, getting into the races, and just, being part of the, I don't know, with my dad last year and this year passing stuff. So I think everything's back on track, and then just get back with the team, help with, rally stuff. And then I was actually talking to Johnny today, and he kind of gave me a schedule of races that we're going to be doing. So I was like, cool, so put those on my calendar and just work my other tours and Baja gigs around that. So looking forward to putting in a lot more time with the team and helping with the rally testing and things of that nature, bro.
Yeah. Be back in the swing of it. I think, based on what you're saying, I think we're both approaching it the same way as, 2024, a lot of stuff going on and a lot of new things going on. And I think it's kind of cool to go back to some of the OG stuff and really just dial in, the recipe. I think there was a lot of growth this year for the sport in general, and 2024, I think is just going to be I think it's going to be the explosion year. I mean, I really do think that it's just like everything is just going to skyrocket, and resources and events and just all of these different avenues for people to be able to explore. I mean, right off the bat, right, we got besides Coast to Coast, the Battleborn Rally.
Yeah,
with Kent and Jen. I mean, that, it's like already, there's another event, and we've seen the rumblings, we've seen the posts already. Mike Graves at Kota Rally, going for it this year. Getting everything sorted with the new government up there and all that stuff. So I think, we're going to see, obviously it's a little bit different of event than the traditionally rally that we're used to. It's going to be a little tougher, a little more hard enduro-ish. But it's awesome. It's still a rally event. There's still going to be a growth of it, some stuff back east I'm hearing as well. So yeah, dude, I think this is going to be a good year. It'd be good to see you at Baja Rally and doing some other stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see how it shakes out and stuff. And, I think, I kind of want to put my deposit down for Baja Rally because it's a really good price right now. Mm-hmm. If you get the first 10, mm-hmm. I'm like, I'll just own my credit card and pay it off. And then if I have to tap out, Scotty has a pretty good refund policy. You get it back in full pretty close to the race if it doesn't work out, So I'm like, this is going to save you a ton of money too. Yeah. But then I'm like, do I really need to get rooms? I'm like, I just take my trailer, and just stay in my trailer and save $700-800 on rooms, Mm-hmm. I'm like, so there's a lot of things I would do different this time.
Yeah.
But I might do that too. And then if it doesn't work out, I'll just, tap out if the other things are more important, then do that, But I don't know, man. I plan on riding a ton this year. I got some more nav equipment. So all my bikes will have nav equipment. No issues there. And, I was talking to Johnny. I want to get back to making road books again because I miss it,
Yeah.
So like you said, I think it's going to be a banger year, 24. Just really, really looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a lot, and there's a lot that's going to happen. And I think that, I don't know, I'm ready for it, man. I'm it's like, tomorrow is, cleaning and moving and doing all sorts of fun stuff. And I'm just, it's the end of the year. It's like,
yeah, well, since I have you on recording or we're recording this, I'm going to put your feet to the fire. I'm going to put a little heat on you, bud.
Oh, dang. As long as it's not a NAR challenge, because I've heard that.
Oh, dude. Oh, okay.
I've heard.
Maybe that's why I've stayed away is the NAR challenges. But dude, like some of the guys on the team, they're like sending me stuff. They're like NAR challenge for 2024. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna start again. I'm just like, I have to get ready for NAR challenges.
Oh, dude, you know that NAR 24 kind of rhymes, right?
Dude, it rhymes with everything, dude. Jeez. Oh my God. The stuff that Johnny comes up with, I'm just like, oh my God, really? Oh, that's a good one. I'm like, yeah, it's a good one, bro. So whenever we're testing or doing whatever, it's like all I hear all week, So yeah, the whole NAR challenge thing is almost died because of it, basically.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I don't know. It's another podcast. But anyways, Johnny was in Dakar and he's like, hey, Nar, I need you to be me at the race and stuff. And then Dusty Weigel from Nitro Circus, Tara's husband, she was our racer. I think she was retired from racing, but Dusty was there to support. And first time meeting Dusty, and Dusty's like, bro, I've heard so much about you in NAR challenges. And then they came up with this stupid NAR challenge that literally put me in the hospital like many times. I'm still suffering from it, honestly. And I wasn't going to do it because Hide is like, no more NAR challenges. I'm not going to fill paperwork out why you died in the pits. I'm like, all right. So, I met Dusty with, day before. Should I show up race day and stuff? And then Dusty's like, time to be NAR. And then he presents this NAR challenge for like $26. I'm just like, and it's always about money. It's not a lot of money. It's never about the money. It's just a couple bucks and just the thing of doing it. I'm like, bro, I can't do it. I'm like, Hide said, and then no more NAR challenges. And then Gage Day is like, oh, I guess Gage Day is our factory mechanic at Honda.
Enters the chat.
Yeah, Gage Day is like, well, I guess we're going to have to take your name away and just call you David. I'm like,
oh,
what?
That Gage? 5-letter word.
Yeah, and that's his real name, Gage. Like, it's a cool name. I can't call him anything other than that. I'm just like, what? I'm like, T-Dog, which is Preston Campbell. That's what I call him, T-Dog. I said, where's your mom, bro? And he's like, she hasn't even left yet. I'm like, look at Dusty, and I start the NAR challenge. It literally has jacked me up for years. Just because I didn't want to lose my name. And it's been that way ever since, It's ridiculous, dude. So I gotta get ready for NAR challenges in 2024. I beat everyone.
Yeah.
And it goes after that NAR challenge. Like, I called Johnny for something. Oh, no, Johnny called me. He's like, I'm like, hey, what's up, Saba? He's like, hey, NAR. I'm like, what? He goes, hey, the kids don't know him in the office. He goes, I'm listening. They call him the kids, obviously, because you're on it. He goes, they're talking about last weekend or whatever in the NAR challenge, how you almost died, but you didn't. So they're trying to figure out new NAR challenges to kill you. I'm like, no, bro, I'm retired. There's absolutely no more NAR challenges, So
unless there's some kind of waiver and you're on somebody's insurance.
Yeah. No, honestly, like, it's cost my insurance like close to $100,000 of me going to the doctors, and then echiograms, or where they go and check your heart and stuff. Because, dude, it's cost my insurance a lot of money for that last NAR challenge. Stupid.
Yeah, that's we there should probably be a grading system on how likely it is to end up on the hospital or in the hospital.
Dude. Yeah.
I feel like there should be some kind of curve there. There should be a line.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Either I accept it or I don't, or I lose my name. What are you going to do? You have to do it. Oh, and then me and Kendall did one because we couldn't do certain things. And then Kendall was like, we're testing rally stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kendall was like, NAR challenge. She's like, so Kendall, not chew, but like those pouches or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought these like scorpion suckers, right? Scorpion and like cockroach suckers or something like that. I'm all, NAR challenge, Kendall. He's like, I'll do it if you do like one of those Zen pouches or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can do that. It's no big deal. And Kendall's like such a health freak. Like he puts like only the best stuff in his body. He's like the shaman of health, right?
Yeah. So
I'm like, yeah, dude. He goes, you're gonna do it? I go, I'm gonna do it. It's just a nicotine pouch. Who cares, right? So I'm like, I have it in my mouth, right? I'm like, okay. Dude, like 20 minutes later, I'm just like, I'm busy, dude. I'm like, I can't walk. I got to hold on to the box fan. And they're like, NAR's going down. NAR's going down. I'm like, no, bro, I'm good. And then I'm so naive. I'm like, Kendall, I thought Kendall would just like, get the lollipop and just like, lick on it, then start chewing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, dude, Kendall's punishing me. He's just licking on it real slow, just sucking on it. I wasn't counting on that. Taking his sweet time. And then he's like, almost done with it. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm going to throw up, bro. I'm going to throw up. And mind you, I've never lost an NAR challenge, right? I'm like, so dude, I'm running to the fire pit, right? Where we test. Dude, I'm like, burp, burp. Dude, I just start puking from the Zen pouch in my mouth, right? And I spit it out and I start puking. I'm like, oh, and then they're taking videos of me. And they're like, Kendall's like, I won. I finally beat NAR. I'm just like, oh my God. And then I look and I see the pouch in the dirt and the ashes. And I grab it. I'm not done, Kendall. And I put it back in my mouth. Like, the challenge is still on. Kendall's like, God damn it. And then he's just like finishing that sucker, right? Or the 2 suckers he had to do.
Yeah.
And then, but I got my revenge because like all the chemicals and stuff in that, because so you can make bugs eatable or scorpions eatable and stuff. Dude, Kendall was running to a bush to take a dookie. It was like he was exploding. So,
Lessons were learned.
But Kendall threw up at the other end, and then he was on his session for testing the bike, the rally bike. Yeah. And he's like, no, dude, I had to stop, dude. I had to like blow another one out. He's all, that lollipop just killed me. I'm like, bro, I threw up. He's like, I threw up at the other end. I'm like, we're even. I go, like, we're even, bro. That's a draw.
Did you guys sign a ceasefire?
Yeah, dude. And that was my last NAR challenge with the team. So,
oh man,
thanks for bringing that up. I have to. I don't know what Preston and Gage and Kendall and Ricky will come up with.
What they're capable of. The only thing that would be worse is if they made you like, video it while they're in Dakar. Like, hey, we just had this great idea. How you guys doing? We go, no. This is a NAR challenge call.
Yeah, it is. They do. Yeah, they do. Dude, they'll come up with it. They'll send shit. And yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm not looking forward to that. Maybe I should reconsider my time with the team next year.
Kind of limit it.
or I just want full immunity. The only person that can grant me full immunity is Johnny. So yeah. And then like Ricky came up with the 12x12 challenge when we were rally testing. Oh, yeah, that wasn't good, bro.
That sounds like a stack of meat and cheese.
Another story for another podcast. Bro, we can talk for hours, man.
I know.
There's so many. And there's one I will never talk about.
Okay.
I just can't. Only Johnny knows. Only Johnny knows.
So what we'll have to do is so this is a great time to introduce. So let's talk NAR files. We already got a couple. We already got a couple on deck. They haven't been released. They're gonna be their own little thing. So we'll have the NAR files. We'll have NAR talks about the NAR challenges.
Well, I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather talk about rally stuff and interview people. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, NAR files are anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes. not long. It's not a venture taco podcast because I'm not even as close to your level, but I can handle like a 10-minute podcast interview conversation, keep it rolling. So yeah, then a few of the NAR files, as we're calling them. Maybe we should do that. What music did you say for that?
I was thinking of like a space theme, kind of, like a little bit of like the X-Files kind of deal.
Yeah.
But don't want to pay royalties to them, so can't use the same song. But
yeah, definitely.
We'll have to find some stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I know a lot of rally people and stuff, and I've been around a while. I know a lot of these factory guys and stuff. So, and we're all friends, and I think part of interviewing someone or doing a audio clip is just being comfortable and just honest and upfront and just being you have a good vibe with them already, so it's just a regular conversation.
Yep. That is the number one feedback that I get on the podcast, that it feels like everybody's just kind of hanging out with us and listening in on our conversation, which I mean, I guess it's technically good. It is, right?
Yeah, you are.
That's really what we're doing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your other one with Coda, or the guy, the Iron Man guy.
Oh yeah.
That was
Edgar
a good
Coda.
one.
Yeah,
that was really good. I really enjoyed listening to that one.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Great. Obviously, he pulled off a slight, 1,300 miles. But
that's true.
It's good
okay. Stuff. Hey, you're pulling me off the subject. Taco time.
No, I'm not.
Putting your feet to the fire. I'll talk about everything and anything. I'll keep talking. It's all the voices in my head. But hey, putting your feet to the fire.
Is this a taco challenge?
It could be, bro.
What's going on, guys? Victor with the Chasing Waypoints podcast. All right. Are you looking to promote your brand to a worldwide audience on the podcast? Drop us a line at podcast@chasingwaypoints.com and let's talk. See what we can do about getting you some more ears for your company and getting the word out worldwide.
When are you going to start riding? When are you going to put some time on the dirt? And I'm not talking about
the graded
going down the road by your house. talking about putting in some miles on the 501.
I know, right? Some real desert miles. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we did that 200-mile loop. You did really good. I was really impressed. I was really, really, really pumped. But that was a sucky day. It was the rain. It was it was free. It was cold. It got you some gloves, some plastic liners, and
yeah, you sweet talked the cashier at the Four Corners to.
She was kind of cute, bro. I was kind of vibing there. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of went back there a couple more times.
I was wondering why you were buying protein bars one at a time.
Right?
Hey, I'll be right back. Dude, what are you getting?
No, but like I went by there a couple other times, after that ride. I'm like, I forgot her name though. But I was like, I mean, we're obviously vibing each other, but I went back there a few times to see if she was there to chat her up, but she wasn't. So I was just like, whatever.
Well, it wasn't meant to be now.
She wasn't the one, bro.
She wasn't the one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like, where'd you meet her? Four Corners? What's that? It's kind of hard to explain, but
it's basically a truck stop.
Dude, don't put it like that, bro. How did Nar meet his new girlfriend at a truck stop?
At a truck stop? Duh. I mean, it was
lot lizard? No. She wasn't a lot lizard. She just managed them. Oh, yeah. She doesn't have them? No.
Dude, yeah, man. If I'm I'm entrepreneurs, man. I don't want, we don't want dead weight.
Yeah.
They got to be hustlers.
We need someone to fund this rally thing going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. How do we get upon that? I don't know.
It's conversation threading, I think is what they call it. I think is the official term. Yeah.
Yeah. You're good at it. I don't even know how we got on. Oh, yeah. Back to you riding. Yeah. What's your commitment? See, you put me away. It's like you're holding this light and then further away, and this mosquito has to keep going for it, and you get away from the subject.
Squirrel.
Yeah. When are you gonna start riding, bro? Because you're like, oh, I should do these classes. And I talked to Papa Taco. Mm-hmm. And Papa Taco tells you the same thing. You just gotta ride, mijo.
He does.
Or whatever he calls you, baby taco.
Yeah, he does.
Bambino taco. I don't even know how you say it in Spanish, but whatever.
The same.
But yeah, okay. That's what mucho español.
Mucho español.
Español.
Yes. Damas y caballeros.
Mi español es malo.
So
but yeah, dude, you need to start riding, bro. You got that nice bike, you know.
I know. And I'm talking about adding a Cove to the garage too. So that's even worse.
Yeah. You know, I went riding with Jubes. I think we did like close to 400 miles in a couple days, and that Cove was pretty nice. You know, and I didn't even ride it.
Yeah.
All that time, I'm like, we're just, like some of my routes were compromised with landslides and stuff, and so I had to figure out a way around, which I kind of knew because putting routes together in that area, so I kind of knew get arounds. But we're constantly moving and stuff, and as soon as we got back, I'm like, Nars Kitchen, I'm like, I need to cook. I want to cook for Judes, I want to film Nars Kitchen and just make some good food. So I didn't even ride that dang thing, which I'm glad I didn't, because he would have took a picture and probably sent it to Johnny, and Johnny would have been like, "Why are you riding that, bro?"
Yeah. You got the real thing at home.
Yeah, I actually sent him a text. I'm like, "Look what landed in my garage." Do you know what Johnny's response was?
What was it?
Like 4 words. "Why do you have that?" I'm like,
¿Por qué?
"Sorry, Dad."
Yeah.
I'm like, "It's not mine, bro. I swear." Jubal's down from Idaho, and he was doing some media stuff, and it's his bike, and we're just doing our tour of the desert. And he goes, "Okay, cool."
I haven't ridden it. I haven't touched it. I haven't pushed it. I haven't. Yeah.
I didn't touch it. I'm like,
I have not even smelted its exhaust.
yeah. Johnny's straight response is, "Why do you have that? Like, you're a red rider." I'm like, "I know, bro. I mean, you don't have to say it, but yeah." That's pretty, and I was watching Jubes and stuff, and the thing just tracks well and handles well in the deep whoops and stuff. And Jubal's an excellent rider. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, everything looks good under him, but I mean, it didn't do anything funny. So I was kind of impressed with it. So
yeah, good. Yeah. Well, and I mean, at the end of the day, we know, the bike's already proven itself. It continues to prove itself. Hey, it's an obtainable rally bike for the crowd here.
Correct.
There it is, and it's proven reliable. So, it's an option.
Yeah, speaking of rally bikes, I really haven't been with the team this much this year as far as like HRC and rally testing, just because life and just trying to, doing my tours and Baja and things like that, running lead chase and all that when I can, and helping Corey when I'm doing stuff with him, his backup and whatnot. But so I finally got to look at the new generation rally bike, the HRC one, because I went to the shop and picked it up and had it in the back of my truck. So, but obviously when I got to the shop, me and Johnny were talking, and I was asking him all kinds, because I just ask questions, dude, because I just do. And it interests me. And you can see the big differences between the last generation and this new generation rally bike. And then, Johnny was telling me all the differences and this and that. And, the things that they were going through to get it to this level, obviously I can't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, no.
But it was really cool. And you could just see the details in the bike, a lot more refined, a lot more detailed, and the stuff that Johnny showed me. And if you didn't know what you're looking for, you wouldn't notice. But being around the rally bikes and stuff, I'm like, I could see the differences, and like we've raced up, the other gens in Vegas to Reno. When we had a rally guys race Vegas to Reno, I forgot who it was, but Ricky's raced it. The other gen rally bikes in Vegas to Reno too. Mm-hmm. And I would go down to the shop because if that bike comes in my pit and has an issue, I'm the best mechanic in the pit, other than the rider. Mm-hmm. But what if the rider is slightly hurt? Then I'm the guy. So I would go down to the shop and be like, "Hey, Johnny," I'm like, "I'm off on Wednesday. Come down to the shop and take apart a rally bike and put it back together." He goes, "Absolutely." So I would go down there and, get a space in the shop and get, grab Gage's tools or the spare tools, and then start taking apart a rally bike and figuring out how to put it back together. Or if I wasn't sure, I'd be like, "Hey, Johnny, I'm like, what's the process?" The bike comes in, because one thing you learn in Baja, being a pit captain and being part of the winning number one team for 20 years, is anything that can happen in Baja will happen in Baja. Mm-hmm. So you have to be prepared for the things you haven't seen. You can be prepared for the things you've seen, the things you haven't seen, those are things you need to be prepared for. And like, I listen to everyone with their experiences because they might have experienced something that I've never seen or heard. And I'm like, okay, well, how did you fix that? Or how did you do that? I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Then I think about it and go, okay, I would have probably did that differently. And I've had that happen. Like, a bike comes in that I've never seen, but I remember someone else had that problem. Like, oh, I got this, so you never know. So I would, go down to the shop and pull apart a rally bike.
Yeah.
And then put it back together, and then pull a bar can and put it back together until I was comfortable, with knowing that, if Ricky or Joanne or whomever came in, Kendall's the best mechanic anyway, so I wouldn't have to worry. Came in, that I knew how to fix that bike, and I knew how to do it in a timely fashion to keep a lead or keep us close. Either way, I did the same thing with the pit program too, because I was Johnny's #1 pit for Baja. Like, me and my guys could do a full service in 57 seconds flat. Front wheel, rear wheel, air filter, fuel, once over on the bike, and check the fluids in 57 seconds every time or less.
Yeah.
But me and my guys would practice. I would relentlessly put them through the paces for hours and hours and hours, and we practiced weeks and months ahead before the race, because I wasn't the guy that was going to cost the team the 1X plate or cost us a lead, or we didn't win, or, Johnny didn't get his bonuses because we didn't win. I wasn't going to get that phone call, So I made sure we were the #1 pit. We were his maintenance pit. We were his #1 pit for Baja for many years. And going back, I owe that to Chuck. Chuck taught me so much. So I owe that man so much, and he's still one of my good friends today. We talk periodically, and I miss that. And he lives up here too, so we talk every once in a while. But that's just how I do things,
Well, I mean, and that's practice makes perfect, and yeah, exactly that. You just never know what's going to roll into the pit, and yeah. I mean, I've done it with my brother. Him racing with the side by sides and the same thing, and it's that when the call comes in, and I mean, it's different on the bike, because I don't think, like, radio on the bike, you're on a handheld if you're running something, and a handheld has a much shorter distance than a standard 40-watt radio or 100-watt radio in a race car. Yeah. So, but yeah, that call, I got something, I need something, this is going down, like, and then you have to be ready for the fact that you're parked right on the other side of a hill, and that radio is not going to get out, and you're going to roll in, and the rider's going to roll in, and you just have to, like, with one sentence, know what are the things that need to be done. And so it's an interesting challenge, for sure.
Absolutely.
It is.
I mean, for us, it was when we had our Baja program in the 1X, like the most stressful thing. I mean, I've done 1,000 rear tire changes in like less than, 30 seconds, 20, 25 seconds, rear wheel change, blah, blah, blah. And I've done 1,000 times, but like when the helicopter is above you, and like, when Bruce was alive, Bruce Ogilvie was in the helicopter watching you, or then it was Johnny in the helicopter watching you, dude. So it's just, for me, it was just stressful to have them up there hovering, just watching, and just slowers faster, guys, slowers faster. We practice every time and like just do our job, and we did it, every time. Yeah. So it was just stressful having Johnny or Bruce up in the helicopter, Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I'm like, I pulled the rear brake, right? I'm just like, the axle net, like, I pulled the wrench out. It's like, I boop, boop, boop. I gave it 3 minutes. I'm like, you said, I'm like, okay, man. I'm like, if I don't hear anything for 10 minutes, the bike's still rolling. I didn't do anything wrong. Even though you've done it 1,000 times correctly, you're still worried about that one time you didn't, So, but hey, we nailed it every time. So
nice.
Blah, blah, blah.
There's the record. And obviously you don't stay pit captain if you don't know what you're doing. I feel like that's a pretty short leash. I don't know that they have a 3 write-up rule.
No, they don't.
No. Hi, demoted.
No, I feel very, very, very blessed that I get to do what I do for Johnny. Like today, like I had to go. He texted me the other day, and I think I mentioned this early. He's like, "Hey, I need you to pick up some HRC parts for Dakar. I need them because they were stuck out on a test and he couldn't get away. I'm like, yeah, I got you, and like, I just do it. I don't ask for anything. But, then again, I haven't paid for tires since 94, 95. I haven't paid for chemicals or parts or anything Honda related. I get, if I don't get paid monetarily, I get paid in other ways,
Mm-hmm.
Just like Baja Rally, I'm just like, hey, I need a moose, I needed this. Sean's like, whatever you need, I need tires, whatever you need, bro. I got you. I'm like, wait, oh, because I don't expect nothing for free, but, because it costs someone money, Johnny put in the years of hard work and racing and, the team, it costs him that to get to the point to where he can give stuff away. And I don't expect it for free, but I'm very grateful for when I get it, just like when I left the Baja Rally, it's getting parts from Gage, and Gage is like, here, you need this. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Well, thank you, Gage. I'm like, how much can I Venmo you? Johnny was like, nope. Johnny said, whatever you need. I'm like, thank you, and beyond blessed, dude, beyond blessed. So,
yeah. Well, we got a whole 2024 to go.
Oh my God, it's going to be so rad.
It's going to be rad.
Forward to you.
Yeah,
I know. Then, I'm not sure what John. I mean, I can't know if I can say, but Johnny gave me a list of some races or whatever we're going to be doing and stuff, and then I'm not sure exactly what his role for me is going to be. But if I can include you, bro, I will if you're down.
Yeah, that would be rad. Yeah, that one time I went up when you guys were racing, I think it was Johnson Valley.
Yeah, Lucerne Valley,
or Lucerne. Yeah, that was pretty awesome hanging out with you guys and everything. I like it, and that's it was crazy. I mean, that was my first time hanging around the group, and then just watching Johnny interact with the team and everybody. And I'm like, dude, if you didn't know who Johnny Campbell was, you wouldn't have picked him out of the crowd. It's like just another one of the guys, but once you know the history and the pedigree and everything that he's done, and then the people surrounding him, you gauge everybody that was there, obviously his kid Preston, being super competitive on the bike, it's really cool to see. They would have every reason to be super cocky and super like, we're here, you're there, and just not feel that. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, it's just, even, a lot of these racers too have come through the Honda camp that are with other teams now and stuff, but we're still all friends, dude. We're still family. If they need something, we're going to, obviously it's a race situation. They're battling for a win, but if something comes up, dude, we're all there to help each other.
Yeah.
100%. Regardless.
As it should be.
Correct.
Sweet. So what do we got planned for the Dakar? You're going to be are we going to do some guest spots? Are you going to be?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to hit you up in the morning again. I think we did that a couple of times last year, right?
Yeah. That's fun. Hey, dude, am I saying it? Like, everyone's like, I talked to Johnny, I talked to Ricky, and they're like, Dakar. I'm like, Dakar. I'm like, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Like, I say Dakar. Everyone's all Dakar. What's the deal with that?
I don't know. Maybe, you know what? We should start confusing people and just start saying the Dakar.
Something. I don't even know, dude. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Every time I'm talking to Johnny or Ricky, they're like, Dakar. I'm like, Dakar? They're like, Dakar. I'm like, am I just a douchebag? I'm like, just saying it wrong? Well, I don't know.
Let's find out how, let's see. I think Google Translate will do that, right?
Dude, I have no idea. Google do everything.
How do you pronounce Dakar? No. I said, it's just saying Dakar-y. No, I'm saying Dakar. Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, looking forward to
capital of Senegal. Yes, go ahead.
Looking forward to Dakar and those early morning. I mean, dude, I'm up like you are, like at 3-4 a.m. just looking for stuff, and then I'll talk to Johnny once in a while, or like Johnny, we text each other because I know once I know the schedule and stuff, I know when to text him and when not to, and there's certain stuff I can or won't share, but like just general fun stuff, yeah, for sure, I'm looking forward to this Dakar.
Let's we have the official, I think the official pronunciation. Let's hear this really quick.
Dakar.
See? Dakar.
Dakar.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's, well, I guess.
Dakar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dakar.
Oh, great. you switch it to British pronunciation and that's what we get.
Dakar. Dakar.
Dakar.
Dakar. It's the Dakar. Eh.
Yeah, I'm going to call you Dr. Taco.
Oh, man. Well, that's the, for those playing the home game, that is the official pronunciation of Dakar. Dakar. D-A-K. D-A.
I feel like it should be hyphenated.
A-A-R. It is D-A-K-A-R.
I know, but I just say it wrong. I'm all Dakar because I'm lazy and don't know how to speak properly.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll get that one race.
Yeah,
that one race in Saudi that's no longer ending in Dakar, Senegal.
Yeah, I think this is the last year for it too, right?
For I think so. I wonder if they'll extend the contract.
I don't know, because me and Johnny were talking the other day, and I go, "Isn't it 10 years?" Like, no, it's like a 7 year or 5 years. It's the last year. I was like, "Oh, okay." And we're talking. I can sit just like you. I can just talk to Johnny for hours and hours and hours. And I'm like, I gotta go. There's traffic. I gotta get down to the river and drop off this motorcycle that cost $500,000. Dude, that's how expensive they are. They're super crazy.
That's crazy.
And he trusted me with that thing in back of my 2004 Lariat F-150.
Yeah.
But hey.
2019 for those playing the home game. In 2019, April 4th, 2019, Dakar signed a 5-year agreement with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. So, so let's see. New era. 2020 was year 1. So 2025 is the last year? 5 years. So 2020, 21, 22, 23. Oh, no, it is. Yeah. 24 is the last year.
Yeah, I know. That's what Johnny said, bro. You doubt JC? You doubt Sapa?
There we go. First, yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about that and stuff, and I mean, we'll know when we know what happens. So
yeah, I wonder where it's gonna go from there.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to find out and see, But yep. So what do you got going on the schedule, man?
Nah, man. It is time to. I had a lot going on. We'll talk offline about the other stuff I got going, but
for those of you that don't know Adventure Taco Vic personally, like I do, like I don't know how he does the stuff you do, bro. Like I don't know where you find the energy. Like, yeah, you're crazy. I'm like, I understand why you don't have time to ride. I'm just giving you crap, but everything you do, I don't know how you do it nonstop. With your day job and then your side hustle stuff, and then you're everything. You're crazy, bro.
Well, eventually, this is going to be the year of simplification and systemizing things. And I've officially reached the age where I need to start making lists in the morning, handwriting a list of things that I need to accomplish in the day and make sure that we're done, or the night before.
Yeah.
So we're getting there. But the ultimate goal is still everything is to help try and push the rally stuff forward here in North America. So got a lot of stuff revolving around that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then the thing we're talking about, I'm hoping that might come to fruition this year and stuff. So I'm gonna focus on that. I think I might throw down deposit on Baja Rally just to be safe. And then I'll just man, for me, I think I'm just gonna keep working hard all year, put away the money. I gotta finish a prep on a bike I'm doing. My buddy's brought me a non-running bike, which is always fun, and needed like full prep because he plans on doing a Laughlin ride with his old man and then maybe going to Baja. So I'm like, oh, I got that thing running today. I'm like just troubleshooting it, picking Gage's brain about what it could be. And so, so I'm going to, as soon as we're off the phone, I'm going to get back in the garage. I'm going to torque some spokes and zip tie some spokes and then finish it up. And then, get that job done and put that money in the bank for next year.
Nice. Very nice. Well, good. Well, I will let you get to that. I got to get, the dogs are looking at me like, why haven't you fed us? So,
Oh, dude, mine too. Strava dog and Felipe are like, bro, feed us. And you've seen Strava. He lives for food.
doesn't miss a meal.
No, not at all. Not at all. So,
awesome.
Yeah, cool, man. Thanks for
Right,
thanks for having me on, and thank you for letting me share the story of my Baja Rally. Just divine intervention that everything worked out, and I was able to just continue after, even to get to day one. So, it's very thankful, and thankful for the man above for keeping us safe.
Yeah, giving you the opportunity.
For sure. There's bigger things planned. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be good. 2024.
It's going to be a banger, bro.
Yes, sir.
Banger, and a bunch of NAR files coming in. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. So
agreed. I think it'll be good. We're going to have to, we'll chat, tomorrow or whatever. We'll figure out, when we're going to release the first NAR files.
Yeah. That's all on you, bro. That's your thing. You're the master. I just send them to you and let you do your thing. So
we'll get it. But we have to find the perfect theme song.
That's on you again.
I'm going to find the perfect theme song.
Yeah. So. Let's just do like the Sigmund the Sea Monster theme song. I don't know. old TV show. I don't know why I thought of that.
Yeah, I have no idea, dude.
So you have to look it up.
I will. Awesome, cool. Dude. Well, enjoy.
All right, Taco, I'll let you go, man. Thanks for the opportunity to share my story. Let me know when this is going to go out so I can let everyone know. Yeah. Because everyone's asking me for months what happened. And if you want, go ahead. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Rally _NAR, GNAR, not Gnar, not GNAR, just NAR. The G silent. That's another big thing with the team. God. But yeah, at the gram, just Rally _NAR and GNR.
Nice. I will put it, obviously I'll put the link in the description as well. So if you want to, we'll make it easy for him.
Yeah, that'd be rad. I got 3 followers, so hopefully after this, I might get up to like 5 or 6 on Rally NAR. So,
yeah. I mean, maybe lose 1, but gain 3. I don't know.
We never know. Plan to making road books again and doing a lot of rally stuff. So I'll be posting to that account a lot, and some NAR files on there.
Awesome.
Cool, brother.
Let's do it. All right.
Sounds good.
All right, sir. We'll see ya.
Talk to you. Tell Papa Taco I said hi and the family, and I'll see you guys on the other side. And hey,
we will.
When you get there, it'll make sense, bro.
It will.
I had to steal that from you.
You said it backwards, so we're good.
I
gotcha.
blew it. No,
you had it. You had it. Yeah. It'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride.
Dang it. I'm a McDoucher. Anyways.
Well, one of these days we'll play one of the intros that you've sent me. I still have them in my voicemail.
Oh, dude. Some of those are bangers, bro.
They are.
For sure.
Awesome.
I'll let you go, but feet to the fire. So, Dakar Rally Daily, Quinn Cody, Jesse Ziegler. Mm-hmm. How many times is Quinn Cody going to say, for sure?
Per episode?
For the whole thing.
I don't know.
I'm going like 473 times.
We think so?
Yeah, for sure.
We could do like a for sure counter. So every time the episode gets released, and then we have like a graphic.
Yeah. Definitely, you should do that, dude. That'd be good. Don't get me wrong. I love Quinny and Ziggy. And it's good because, I mean, honestly, like, I know I said we're going to get off the phone, but this is what we do. We just keep talking. Yeah. But like listening to the Dakar Rally Daily, and they have a different perspective and they do things differently.
They do.
You get 2 different views of it. And that's what I love. And your views are different, but the same, but you still cover it in a good, different way, So I just, I can't wait to listen like I won't even talk to you sometimes because I'm like, I want to hear it before I talk to you, personally. I'm like, I don't know. I get all excited about it. So
yeah, I think, honestly, like I see, I listen to it. So if I will do my episode and by the time it's aired, I'm in the car on my way to work, theirs is airing. So I'm listening to it. And so, yeah, it just works. If you listen to both, that's, you kind of get more the complete picture because obviously both Quinn and Jesse, Quinn and Jesse have access to a lot of riders. They've been doing it. I don't know. Quinn's been to the Dakar a few times. He's raced a few things. He's
exactly.
So, yeah.
And he has obviously insight with KTM because, like he's out there training where we train, that's where he was trained, so, all the riders and stuff inside. Yeah. He's got a pretty deep insight to stuff, but
yeah,
hey, you got me.
Yes.
I'm like your Queen Cody of podcasts.
You are the Gnar.
But not really. But yeah, kind of.
Hey, we're working our way. We got the Gnar files.
Yeah, I think we got the Gnar files.
We've got the Gnar files.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Quinny?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hey, I can be bought. No, I'm just kidding. As long as there's no Gnar challenges involved.
Yeah. 45. Do I hear 65? Oh, shit.
My alliance,
I don't have a budget for this.
My alliance is the Chasing Waypoints.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to let you go because we keep saying that. It keeps dragging on. And we've been talking for, almost 2 hours.
Almost
dude.
2 hours, dude. But that's how it is.
That's just, hey, for all you listening, that's just a regular conversation for me and Paco.
We're actually cutting it short.
Right. Okay, nice. Taco.
All right, dude.
I'll talk to you, bud.
Enjoy.
We'll see you.
All right, see ya. Later. All right, so there you have it. Gnarly Dave recounting the tale of the 2023 Baja Rally. So definitely an event this year for him. Had a lot going on, and I got to see it firsthand. I got to see a little bit of the frustration and focus. I'm not going to say it was all frustration. It was more of a focus and a frustration at the same time with, the situation, but not giving up, trying to flush it out as best he could. And so I knew, and a lot of us knew that when it was time where he said, hey, yeah, that's, this is going to be the end for me for this go round for Baja Rally. For him, we knew that it was a thought out thing and it wasn't just like, that's, whatever, the air filter's a little too dirty, I'm not going to race, that it wasn't that kind of a decision. So either way, if you've hung around with Gnarly Dave and as you just heard the conversation, he's definitely how do we say it? He's an energy in any pit that he's at, and it's always laughs and a good time. And, when it comes time to business, it's business. So very much enjoying to spending some time out in the desert and getting some riding in with him this coming year, and seeing what happens. We're winding down the clock. It is just a few more days to the new year. So big announcement that you guys already heard because this episode is going to air after Sunday the 24th. So we'll see when you guys hear it. But questions, comments, things like that. If you're on Spotify, drop on down and you can answer or hit up the Q&A and send us a message that way. If you are not and you're on any of the other platforms, jump in on Instagram, send me a direct message. If I don't respond to you within a few hours or at least a day, drop a comment on one of the pictures and I'll make sure to go find the message in one of the many inboxes that end up somehow Instagram decided to create or whatever. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing well and getting ready for this new year. Where are you guys going riding? Are we doing some road books? What are we going to do? Well, anyway, it'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride. All right, that is a wrap for the Chasing Waypoints podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Looking forward to our next one coming up. Remember, if you are out riding, do not forget to tag us at Chasing Waypoints. Hashtag Chasing Waypoints. And if you haven't already, get on over to the website. Get signed up for the newsletter, The Bivouac. North America's Rally Raid and Adventure Riding newsletter. Hey, let's have some fun. Let's find out what are you guys up to. Let's get you featured If you're a brand and looking to get supported, get some eyeballs, get some ears on your business, absolutely hit us up. Send us a message at podcast at Chasing Waypoints. But anyway, that is a wrap. Remember, shiny side up. See you guys.